Hey everybody, Mike here. I wanted to do a quick review today on this Milwaukee impact wrench that I've owned for a couple of years now. This is something we picked up at work several years ago. So this is the 7/16 drive impact wrench that's mainly meant for like utility crews. So I'm a lineman by trade. We were getting by with just corded drills and your regular drills for a while there. When you're drilling into those hard treated telephone poles, the power poles, you're gonna have the power out of something that's gonna get you down the road for years to come. When you're using those 18, 20 volt, and I even had a 36 volt drill for a little while there, we were burning those things up left and right. Then Milwaukee came out with this dude. They were gracious enough to pick these up for us at work, and there's been no looking back ever since. This is the way to go, hands down. So let's go over this thing real quick. I'll try not to make this too long. This impact here you can get as a kit, or you can get it just as a bare tools. If you've already got the 18 volt lineup from Milwaukee, if you're already using the drills, reciprocating saws or whatnot, you can just add this right into your lineup, no problem at all. That's really nice because a lot of your companies nowadays are either going DeWalt or they're going Milwaukee. So if you're already in the Milwaukee lineup, it's pretty easy to just add this thing on with little to no hassle. Now when you get this thing as a kit, it does come with the one battery. You get the impact itself, and you get yourself a little carrying case to go with it. On top of this thing, it's got this nice little hog ring at the top. That thing is worth its weight in gold. A lot of us utility guys, we run those hooks over the edge of our buckets. This thing hangs on that hook, no problems. I've never had an issue with that. One of the coolest things Milwaukee put on this thing when they first did it was this quick connect. They advertised it as being the first in the industry to have that quick connect feature. That's probably one of my favorite features on this thing alone. A couple other things you want to consider when you first get this impact, get you kind of set up and ready to go for all scenarios. Strongly can suggest picking up one of these sockets like you see here. This is made by Milwaukee as well. It's the Shockwave lineup, which is everything you see right here in front of me. The model number on this thing, on this dude here, is 49-66-5101. What's cool about that is you can chuck this thing up in here like so. This is going to cover all your main bolt hardware, and then if you pull out, twist, and turn that, then you can get your smaller nuts on there as well. You got a 3/4 inch socket bit right here, and then the outside is dual. It's got the 1 inch and a 1 1/8 inch as well. Now something to keep note about on this as well, these adapters here take quite a bit of abuse, but I have broken a few of these over time. This impact wrench has a ton of power, like I said. It's advertised as up to 750 foot-pounds, but I know I've been hammering on some of these bolts over the years. Like I said, I've twisted a few of these off over time. They sell replacements that just pops right off the socket. Pick up your new little adapter. Those are pretty easily accessible, and you're back rolling again. Next thing you want to consider is some kind of a drill bit. I really like these Milwaukee Shockwave bits. I get a ton of use out of these. They stay sharp for a long time, and they just eat the power poles like they're nothing. Even those hard green poles that are impossible to drill through, this is still by far my favorite bit. Now this particular bit's an 11/16. That's the size we use for our hardware with the communications company that I work with. You can pick these up in a few different sizes as well though. If 11/16 isn't your size, check out some of the other sizes they have available. But it's the same thing, chucks right in the drill. No problems at all. Snaps right in, get that back out, pull out on your collar, you're good to go. Now something else we just recently picked up, and I haven't got a ton of use on these just yet. I have used them a couple times and they're worth their weight as gold as well. If it's something where, this is a little bit bigger investment, so if you got to watch your budget at first, get stuck with these 3 items right here. This will get you going. And then this is something you can always pick up later on down the road when you got a little bit more coin to spend. So these are a 12-point socket, like you see here. And each one of these sockets is 2 different sizes. And just like that bit here where it's adaptable, the inner side here moves. So if you're, like for sake of example here, this is 15/16 and 1 1/8. If you're not running the smaller size, your nut will just or bolt will just simply push that inner collar in like so. You got your bigger size there as well. Now what's cool about these, it comes with your 7/16 adapter to chuck into your big impact here like so. You've also got just your regular 1/2 inch adapter here as well that'll chuck into a drill. You're not limited to just working with this impact here. You can use these with your regular 1/4 inch impacts or your drills as well. Because of a nice little carrying case like you see here, and all this just lives in the same bin in my truck. It's all there when I need it. I use this thing seriously probably at least 4 times a week. Most weeks it's every day. I've got, just on this one here, we've got a couple of these floating around our trucks, but this one here has probably been with me the longest. This thing's probably drilled a couple thousand holes minimum since I've had this thing over the last couple of years, and it just keeps on going. The batteries last a really long time as well. I can usually go 1, if not 2 days on a full battery, depending on how many poles and how much hardware I got to put in poles that day. But hey, that's all I've got for you. If you're in the utility industry, drilling holes and mounting hardware and utility poles day in and day out, this thing's going to be a huge time saver for you. It's a big convenience feature, and honestly, I don't even really know how I went that long without it. It's just one of those things that once you get it, you're going to realize real quick you've been doing it the wrong way this whole time. But hey, that's all I've got for you today, guys. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully this is a little bit helpful for you. So check out these items, see if they fit in your budget. I think you'll be a happy camper once you get these in your arsenal. That's all I've got for you. Appreciate you watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.